Hi there, this is a short video showing you how to add text to your WordPress featured images. And the idea of doing this is so that it reinforces what the article is about. And you can also use these images then for Facebook and Twitter and other social media. Here's an example here of an image where I've added text, and also once you've added it as a featured image, then the thumbnails here will also have the text on them. I'll be using blogpix.com, which is free images. This is my website. It's got 38,000 free images that you can use on your blogs and social media. And I'll also be using Pixlr Express, and I'll leave some links to all this below in the description. So without even adding text, you could use some of these images have got text on them already, and you can have a quick look. Just for this example, I use music, and if I type in music, then you can see some of them have already got some text on them. So maybe these will be useful, maybe these will work, and maybe not. If none of these fits, then you can do a search for music background, and we'll find a background to use to add the text to. So let's just have a quick look through and find something suitable. Let's say this one here. We'll click on it and it comes here. You can either download or you can do some other things here, but what we're going to do, we're going to click on Express, and this will actually open it up in Pixlr Express. So I've clicked on that. And I don't know why it loads it very small. You just have to click this button here to make it bigger. If you have got your own image or your own background, then you can just go to Pixlr Express, URL's up there, and you can browse your computer here. Just click to browse and then upload an image. Let's go back to this image then, and we're going to add some text on it. A good way, a couple of things we can do. We can either blur it and then the text shows up better, or we can lighten it and darken it. If we darken it, we can add light text, and we lighten it, we can add dark text, or we can do both of them. And in this case, I think I'll do both. So first of all, I'm going to just click on adjustments here and go to contrast. In fact, no, I'll do the blur first. So let's go to blur first. And automatically here it puts a blur of 25%. Depending on the image, you could do it more if you wanted to, or do it less. Let's stick it there, 24, 25. And that's okay. Let's apply that blur. This program doesn't work in layers, so if you make a mistake, you have to use that undo here. It doesn't use different layers on top of each other, so you do have to undo and then do it again, but that's fine anyway. And I think in this case we'll go to, so I've done adjustment again, and we'll go to contrast. And like I said, we can either make it really bright like that, and then we'll put dark text, or what normally works better is to make it fairly dark and we'll use bright text. So I've just stuck a -15 on there. You've got a contrast there. I think that's okay. It does look a bit better. A bit boring without any contrast. Let's just add a little bit of contrast, and I think that looks good. That's done then. So now we're going to add the text. We just click here, this type tool, and we've got a choice of, these are fairly plain ones. Within each text, within each category here, you've got more choices. Let's go for novelty. I think music is quite a novel thing. Let's go to this novelty, and we'll type, let's just say we've done an article about top music downloads. I'll just put it on a new line, and let's just make this text look okay. We'll click here, put it in the center rather than the left. We'll put it in the center. This one at the bottom makes it bigger. The one at the top makes it an angle, which we don't want. So I'm going to make it a bit bigger. I think it looks good about there. Let's make it nice and big so really shows up. And I think above this looks better. And I quite like that. I think that looks okay. We could change the font here if we want. Something different. Oh, sorry, it's not selected. I don't think that suits it. I think I'll go back to the one I used. Was it that one? Not sure. Okay, I'll just make that a bit bigger there. And we'll use that one. That's it. I'm going to apply that. We can change the color here if we want. If we wanted to make it yellow or something. Let's just see what it looks like. Looks okay, yellow. There's white and there's yellow. I think white looks better. So I'm going to keep white and click apply. That's it, finished. We've got a bit of a bigger gap at the bottom than the top, which I wanted to do that because I think it looks better above this. But what we can do now is just go in adjustment again and crop. And we'll just remove some. I think these look better anyway, a bit wider, so they don't use up too much of the space at the top of your article. It's good to make them quite wide. So I'm going to do about there and crop it. So I double clicked and I think that looks fine. Looks what we want. Let's just save it. Click here, save, and this quality 85 is pretty good. 100 kilobits. That's quite good for downloading. 100's quite good. It downloads fairly fast and also fairly good quality. So I'm going to leave the settings. Might want to call it music or something and click save and just save it to my downloads there. So all we need to do now is upload it to WordPress. I've made a test post here, and let's go over to the featured image, which is on the right. Set featured image. Let's upload the file. Select the file. It's in the downloads, so it's this one. Let's do that. We might want to give it a title or alternative text here. Let's call it Top Music Downloads and set that as the featured image. Let's click publish. Or I actually just published it a minute ago, so I'll click update. I also just put it in the images category here, and let's just update that. And now I'm going to go over to the blog, and in my images category, in fact we can see it there as well, it just stands out a lot more as a featured image. I think that looks a lot better. So that's putting text on your featured image, and thanks for watching. I'll put the links to anything I've used in the YouTube video here in the description below, and if you've got any comments or questions, then please ask. So if you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next video.